Hey, Wichita, we are back with Coffee Break. I'm your host, Officer Chad Ditch, and I'm here with my co-host,
Officer Trevor Macy.
Bro, I don't know what happened, but my coffee literally just kicked in.
You got a rush of energy?
I did. I was thinking of like a whole new like slogan and approach to come with this. So,
did you do it?
I didn't. I was thinking what I do need people to do is like, share, and subscribe.
You know what would be awesome too is if people send us questions to policeweb at wichita.gov. We'll answer your questions live,
or even live, throw in a comment.
Recorded.
There was one comment.
Comments too. Yeah.
There was one comment made about my shirt that they loved that a lot.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
We get some negative comments.
There was one negative comment
sometimes too.
Yeah.
Most of those are not appropriate.
Right.
To read on the podcast, but if anybody's interested in hearing the negative comments, let us know, and we'd be happy to.
Would you like a mean tweet?
Yeah,
read mean tweets or whatever. Yeah.
We should do that. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, we'd have the same two people if it came from our Facebook page. I think people know who we're talking about. But yeah,
I think we'd be here all day if we tried to read some of those comments.
Right. Well, we get questions all the time about our Facebook and stuff. Like if we can block certain people. You want to tell people why we can't do that?
Yeah, so we cannot block people from commenting on our Facebook posts because our Facebook it's a government agency's Facebook page, so it's an open forum for discussion. So people's speech is protected by the First Amendment, and we have to allow them to express their First Amendment rights as long as it's not hate speech or fighting words or something that is deemed unprotected by the Supreme Court. We have to allow it.
Yeah.
So for all those asking if we can block people, no, and we won't.
Yeah.
Block people.
And the cool thing about social media is that a lot of this stuff is based on algorithms, right?
Yes.
So
it's a fancy word for instructions for a computer,
right? So if you make a post, if Trevor makes a post, and every time Trevor makes a post, he instantly gets 35 comments. Your social media platform is going to be like, man, this Trevor guy is pretty popular. He always gets 35 comments at least.
So then I get more views.
Yeah.
I get more shares.
Everything comes to the top.
My analytics are just through the roof now. So thanks.
Thanks for everybody for commenting. We do appreciate it.
We do. We do appreciate the engagement on social media.
Yes.
We love seeing that.
One thing I've really appreciated, man, over the last couple weeks, we've had a lot of help us identify posts that we've put out there. And man, the support from the community is just. Are you good with the coffee over there?
It was leaking out the top, so I had to lick up the phone.
I hope they got that on camera for you, bro.
I don't think they did.
But anyway, man, the support from the community has been absolutely amazing, man. I think we put up a help us identify, and I think within a couple hours they're either identified or we have enough information that we're able to identify them.
It's such a good tool for us to be able to quickly identify people that we may have never seen these people before. So they send the emails out to officers, and officers may not know who it is, so we send it out to the public, and boom, they're identified. Some people comment on those posts and are like, well, why don't you guys do the work and look for that person? And that's literally what we're doing.
Right.
Facebook is so much faster.
It is.
Versus having a detective, knocking doors or whatever, looking for this person. We can solve cases quicker and move on to the next one.
And some of the stuff that we post are just hypotheticals as well. If I know, hey, this is Trevor Macy that committed this crime. Sometimes a prosecutor wants someone who doesn't personally know you.
Right.
An old parole officer,
independent witness, or something.
Yeah, something along those lines that says, I know that's him from this.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it just makes the case that much more stronger because it isn't somebody that, it looks like Trevor Macy, but it might not be Trevor Macy, but I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
So,
having people, too, with specific knowledge of the case that you are actually referring to is helpful because that just, makes it more solid. But
so, last week we had our town hall.
The Fentanyl Town Hall, Thursday night.
Yeah. It was a great turnout, man. At least 100 plus people. There's a lot of people on our Facebook Live that were commenting and stuff and sharing.
Yeah, a lot of good information there. So I'm sure we're going to continue to put out more information on the fentanyl issue. It's a huge topic of discussion. It's a huge problem that every community in the nation is kind of dealing with right now. So,
and I think we're going to do one here soon in Spanish.
yes.
So we can be able to, for our Spanish-speaking population, that we can be able to help out with that as well. So,
right.
And keep in mind, guys, anything that the police department puts out, always check our social media platforms. We share everything via Facebook, Twitter. We push stuff out on TikTok, here on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you need, always check us out for any kind of information. And we usually post, I mean, even the town hall, I think we posted, 2 to 3 times. We pinned it.
Pinned.
Yeah. All our media outlets also shared it on their platforms as well. So anything you need for the police department, you're looking for information, just remember to check out our social media platforms, and that's where our information will be. So,
or shoot us a message on Facebook or email us. Both of Chad and I, we have our emails on the website. Juan's email is on the website.
Yep.
Our phone numbers are on the website. So if you need info, we're the public information officers. Right. So that's
literally
kind of
what we do.
It's kind of our specialty, if you will.
How was your weekend, bro?
It was good. I worked the Windsurge games. They had a pretty stellar weekend.
Bro.
Won a lot of games. Hit a lot of home runs. I caught a home run ball.
No, you didn't.
At one of the games. Yeah. So it's kind of lame because it bounced before I caught it.
Hey.
But hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I was standing by the big the batter's eye out in center field, and it went over the wall, bounced, and I caught it.
No joke. That's a
crowd went
bouncer.
wild.
Did it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome, man. We went to my family and I. We went to the Windsurge game as patrons finally on Saturday, and my niece, she won Kid of the Game.
Oh, that's awesome,
bro. And she's only 4, and she's got the little foam finger. Her dad bought it, and she was like, "Go number 1!" Wasn't number 1 out there, but she's like, "Go number 1!" Yeah. So that was cool. She got to see herself on the big screen, and then the Windsurge won in a walk-off fashion. It was pretty dope.
I will soon be going to a game as a patron as well. I'm pretty excited.
Dude, it's fun,
That'll
man.
be fun.
Especially you get them seats like right behind home plate or near it where you get some shade and a breeze. Is pretty cool.
It's a good time.
So speaking of pretty cool, bro, DV sex crimes detectives. They're actually sex crimes detectives, but they work in that section. We got Detective Chrisman. That's a mouthful. And we got a Detective Tiede. CC and double T. So
awesome.
But they're going to be here too. Entertaining characters. They're amazing.
They are cool.
People. So
are they here?
Yeah, it looks like they're here. So we'll get them on.
Let's get them in.
Knock this interview out, man.
Get a refill.
I'm ready to laugh, brother.
Let's get going.
All right, we'll be right back. And we are back. Here we go. We got Detective Tiede and we got Detective Chrisman. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good.
Great.
It's Chris, right? Or does it has to be Christopher?
Chris is fine.
Okay, good. Because Dan Widener got Daniel. He was like, "It's Daniel."
I saw that one.
I was like, "Okay, my bad."
His friends call him
Gotta make
Daniel.
sure.
I know.
Make sure you get the name right.
I got to get the name right. So we know y'all are busy. 2 detectives. On a Monday, I'm sure you guys got a big caseload that you walked into this morning. So
very busy.
Yeah. So thanks for being here. So
one question we always ask.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take Chad's spotlight here for a second. We always ask, and you're not gonna offend us if the answer is no. Have you seen the podcast?
I have.
There you go.
Both of you have.
I have, and I have a story about the podcast. If you don't
go ahead,
mind.
go ahead.
Tell us.
So I recently just started watching the podcast after you sent it out.
Yeah.
And I want to take full credit for being the one to give you a hard time about not offering coffee.
Right.
On coffee break.
Yeah.
We mentioned that.
But I have started watching it at home.
Yeah.
And generally before I go to bed.
Yeah.
And she's heard you talking, and my wife's heard you talking about not liking Star Wars, not liking Lord of the Rings. And she's half asleep, listen to this. First of all, she tells me to turn it off because it's too loud.
Right.
And she rolls over and goes, "Is that guy your brother?" I said, "Well,
wait, what are you saying?"
I can. Yeah,
well, I don't like Star
it.
Wars either.
Right.
Yeah. Do you like Star Wars?
Kind of a nerdy.
Oh my gosh.
That's a nerdy thing.
The first podcast where I'm outnumbered.
Completely
Right.
outnumbered. Because Tyler doesn't like it either, the one producing. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That's and to tell you, the truth, we're on call so often. My boys and wife, they like the Marvel movies, and every now and again I'll say, yeah, I'll watch them with them. 15 minutes in, I'm sleeping. I said, well, if the 3 a.m. call out's going to come, I need to be be rested so I just go to bed.
Right.
He does at the office too, though. So
Just goes to sleep.
yeah. I mean,
That's funny. Yeah, I'd never really got into Star Wars
That's
or Lord of the Rings.
I'm disappointed in all of you right now.
It's okay.
I just want you to know that.
It's okay.
it's okay.
I still like you.
So the podcast is real laid back. It's just, I mean, obviously because we're just wearing nice T-shirts. We took out.
Although for being laid back, we lean forward a lot.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
just a
Put that
posture
out
thing,
there.
right? It's usually you got the vest on and it makes you sit
We
up
need
straight.
some lazy boys in here. So
Oh, that'd make it better.
That would be
Right?
good.
Maybe
And
that's
then-
on next year's budget.
next year's
Just
budget.
add
What
it.
budget, Chad?
Yeah, I know we have no budget. Yeah. So, but anyway, it's laid back. So we just want the people to know, the community to know who the individual is. So we just have this conversation and stuff. So, Trish, tell us, who's Trish Tiede?
Trish Tiede. She's a lot of things. First of all, I like to, on my off-duty time, I like to do a lot of cycling. I do endurance cycling. It's my therapy, you
Yeah.
could say. I love to do that. I might crash every now and then. Pretty often,
now and
actually.
again.
Every now and again. Yeah.
But now I am assigned to, at work, I'm a detective and work sex crimes.
Okay.
How long have you been on the department?
28 years.
20 years.
Long time.
How many different areas have you worked?
I've worked everywhere on the streets as a patrol officer, community police officer, dare officer. I did a short rotation on SCAT. I've pretty much done everything on the streets, and
Yeah.
now I'm a detective, and I've been there since 2019. I started out with domestic violence, and now I'm in sex crimes.
Okay.
What about you? What's your story?
Yeah, tell us who.
He's the new
who's
guy.
Chris?
I'm not nearly as interesting as Trish, to tell you the truth.
You don't like Star Wars, so that's
Well, I don't like Star Wars.
That makes you interesting in my
Right.
opinion. Yeah.
That's the. Well, I'm originally from Dayton, Ohio. My wife and I were in the Army together. We actually met in Germany.
Okay.
And everybody says, "How'd you end up in Kansas?" So the short answer is, my wife told me to.
Right. Yeah.
Right? She said, "Hey, we're moving
Smart
to Kansas." I packed my stuff, right? But I've been on the department for 14 years. I started out down south where I did all my patrol time down there, pretty much the downtown, Old Town area. Then I went to community policing, where I was also the beat coordinator for Old Town for about a year, a little over a year. And then I got promoted about a year and a half to DV sex crimes, where I took DV cases for about 4 to 6 months, and then transferred over to the sex crime side.
Gotcha.
So I got 2 boys at the house.
Okay.
My wife's a nurse.
So you guys are both extremely busy on and off duty.
Indeed.
Yeah. And we talk about it on the podcast a lot too, you know, as being a officer in this profession, you know, having that escape, you know, with cycling or anything to do outside to help with the mental health is extremely important. How is it for you guys on duty? You know, working sex crimes, you know, for anybody watching or listening, it's kind of like the SVU that everybody watches with Law and Order, but the adult side, right? It's not kids. How does that with you guys with your mental health, if you don't mind talking about that on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I would say, first of all, we have probably the best team, group of people that we work with, and we are all very open and we all work very well together.
Yeah.
And I think that's very good for our mental health. We discuss all of our cases together, work through them, and it's a team project up there.
Yeah.
I think we're a very close-knit family, if you would say. So.
That's it. I mean, to talk about how close we are, I mean, we're always texting back and forth our off-duty time.
Yeah.
You know, my boys the other day, I was on the phone with Trish, and they're running through, and they're like, "Who's that?" And just as I was hanging up, I was like, "Oh, it's Trish." I said, "Oh, we want to say hi." So we called Trish back so my boys could say hi to her.
That's awesome.
But really, I think that's the biggest part. You can't work these kind of cases, number one, and the volume of cases it would be astonishing, I think, to most people, the number of cases our section works.
We are the busiest section in the state.
Yeah.
We get since I did some figures the other day, and since 2019, I alone have been assigned over 700 cases.
Oh wow.
So I mean, that just kind of shows where we're at. Never enough detectives for us to get through them all.
Yeah.
What's
go ahead.
what do you guys think is like the most rewarding part of being in your unit and working the cases that you guys get to work?
I would say helping the survivors,
Right.
making sure that they get the help that they need, not alone getting the person convicted and charged with their crime, but helping the survivor get counseling, get anything they need as far as help, as far as financially, getting, like I said, counseling, if they need to be relocated, being able to do that and help them out so that they don't have to, I mean, they've already been scarred from the incident,
Yeah.
Right.
so let's help them get through it. I think that's the most rewarding for me.
And we have an advocate that works with us, and I think you've had some of the Divert guys on here. Sergeant Elmore was on here a couple weeks ago, and they worked very closely with us. We work to identify suspects, and as soon as we do, we send that out to them.
Yeah.
And I mean, generally within minutes or hours, those suspects are in custody.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I like how you said it too. You guys don't. It's not victims. These are survivors. These are women. These are men that have been through one of the worst crimes that you can think of, and they survived that. And now you guys are there to help them through that process, and that's awesome. I think that's amazing what you guys do day in and day out. 28 years? That's a long time, right? How much?
But I'm only 25, so
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just start. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Started before she was born.
I was
Right.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So for you, how's the department changed in that amount of time? From being a female officer, female detective, and just what you've seen on the streets and things like that?
There's definitely a lot more females now than when I started. When I started, I could probably count on maybe 2 hands how many females were on the department.
Wow.
It's gotten a lot better. I still like it.
Yeah.
I still love my job. It's rewarding.
Yeah. Chris, when I came through the academy, man, you were one of the I think DTI instructors,
Right.
And I always liked your presence, man, when we were there, because you were always super funny, but Chris was always like team player, like it had that South Side mentality that officers have, when they're down south.
Right.
Huh?
Chris?
Yeah.
Team?
Yeah,
Right.
he did. So I always wanted to go to the South Side because Chris was down there and stuff, man. So you're not on DTI no more, right? Because the detective load, or
to tell you the truth, I've tried to quit DTI for I think 2 years now, and I continue to get the invite to come back. And I didn't say that at the beginning. I've taught defensive tactics, I think for 11 years.
Oh, wow.
Officer Larison, she kind of helped me. We were in some training a year or so, and I was joking. I don't know how long I've been doing it. She said, well, when I came through, you were doing it. So
yeah, and she's been on almost 10 now. So.
Right. It's one of those things that I really, really enjoy, and I just flat don't have the time for it now.
Yeah.
So I will come out and I teach the domestic violence scenarios. I'll go out and I'll be an evaluator for that. And my partner, Detective Terrell, and I, we teach the sex crimes portion.
Okay.
So there's still a little hand in it, but I really just don't have time.
Right. I hear you.
Do either of you have a favorite position on the department that you've had other than your current assignment?
Mine was probably the motor unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was motor instructor there and motor officer until I might have crashed.
I remember that.
But also I would say the mounted unit. I was on the mounted unit too, and I loved doing that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But other than that, probably where I'm at now. I love what I do.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
Right. Obviously, I hadn't been on half as long as Trish. So I'm not. Numbers are hard for me, but I think it's half.
Right. Yeah.
I really enjoyed my time in CP.
Yeah.
And I love the interaction with the community. And even when I was on the street, I would volunteer to take the interns or the ride-alongs. 'Cause I always thought that if somebody's going to come out Friday or Saturday night and just give up their time to come out and see what we do,
Yeah.
that I wanted to teach them as much as we could about it, and maybe entertain them on the way.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you definitely do that. You definitely are entertaining. I can give you that. One thing I love about for us, when we walk through to get information from the media and stuff, we walk through. It's usually DV sex crimes. I always go through first, and it's always entertaining. But it's always like that walk of shame where you're like, okay, I gotta have some jokes. I better be ready.
I got roasted the other day for my uniform.
Yeah, have your sleeves.
Ooh, he's got them 12-inch pythons. So you got
That's right. That's it. Yeah, we say you got to pay the penance if you're going to walk through there.
Right.
That's fine. That's fine.
Man, Chris, when you were in the military, the Army, when you went through basic, if you can remember basic, because it was, I know it was
in 2000. So like I said, numbers are hard for me.
Whoa.
Right.
Oh, that's 22 years ago.
22, yeah.
22.
Yes, numbers are hard.
Numbers are hard,
right? Yeah.
Whoa.
So when you went through and you guys had the chow hall and everything when you were going through basic, did you guys get desserts or anything like that?
Not if you were fat like I was, right?
Okay.
But I will tell you, I loved a couple things that I remember from basic training. Every day revolved around the meals, right?
Yeah.
You get up, do PT, you're waiting for breakfast, then lunch is coming, then dinner. But they had that oven baked French toast.
Oh,
and we weren't allowed to have fat cakes as they called them when I was in, especially when you were about 230 pounds.
Right.
But I love that French toast, and I love to this day Golden Grams.
Golden Grams,
you could eat those and not be shamed.
That's right.
So
Golden Grams are awesome.
Golden Grams are awesome. For us in the Air Force, we could get dessert because it's just a spoiled branch. That's just how we are.
Well,
but
I'll tell you, the Air Force gave us a ride back from Iraq.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Baked us cookies on the way.
Well, we had to leave the pool in order to take you.
Right.
So yeah, but no, we had to ask questions or get. I can't even talk. Freaking Monday, bro.
You okay?
No, I'm not. But the TIs or the drill instructors would ask you questions about the Air Force, about the unit and everything like that, and you would get roasted if you didn't know it, and then you'd get yelled at. But that's what I was asking. So, but
he still works for food.
He does. Still
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
we had to get
I
you
brought
guys
my Pizza
coffee
Ranch
to get
cup.
you pizza on the podcast.
Yeah, right.
Pizza Ranch is phenomenal.
it is.
I think they got.
I haven't been there yet. I'm supposed to go tonight.
You've never been to Pizza Ranch?
No, I haven't.
Me neither.
No?
I mean, no, I've been once, and I didn't.
I've had ranch
No?
with my pizza. That's a great combo.
That's an obvious.
They say you go for the chickens. What they sold.
Yes.
That's what I heard. They
It's
have
good
really
chicken.
It
good
is
chicken.
I'd say it's
Really
up there with
good.
some of the best chicken.
I mean, I don't know if we're allowed to plug places
Yeah,
here.
plug whoever you want.
It's the best chicken in town.
I think so. I think
Really?
super
Wow.
juicy. Yeah,
That's a high bar.
it is a high bar, but they set it. So on this podcast, we do One Has to Go. You guys have seen the
Speaking
show.
of chicken,
Speaking of chicken, that's what we're doing today. Is wings. It's one of the go-to things I like.
Ooh.
So, but there's different types. You got dry rub. You have grilled.
Right.
You have wet or saucy, and then you have crispy. So Trish, which one's going away forever for you?
Going away?
yeah, you have to
Yeah,
get rid of it.
yeah.
It never existed.
Never existed.
Never will again.
I'd say the dry rub.
What?
Yeah, no. Nah.
No.
Nah, dry rub.
I mean, can you really take?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wet's better. So
I mean, yes, I give you
the
that.
wet's the
yeah.
best.
That's
If I had to get
the
rid of
best.
one, it'd be the dry rub.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
What about
Bye.
you, Chris?
And we're just talking about chicken wings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just chicken wings.
Grilled out.
Grilled?
Same.
Grilled out.
Grilled is gone.
What?
Grilled is gone.
Whoa.
No,
It's not the best.
It's not the best,
It is
but
not the best.
I'm getting rid of crispy.
No.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, I'm getting rid.
No,
of
that's
crispy.
the best.
No,
That's fried chicken.
it is
Yeah.
fried chicken, but sometimes you get more breading than you do actual chicken. So
This whole time I thought we were like
we are
right here.
Yeah,
But then you come up with that.
no, I know.
Shame.
I'll just.
Shame,
No.
Chad.
But at grilled, you could still make wet.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's not as good because it's not as crispy.
Yes,
it
it
is
is.
so
You
hard
put-
to
You
make
ha-
a
you
good
have to
grilled
have
wing
have
crispy.
The crispy.
Yeah, that's why
underneath
you got to
the
fry
wet.
it. If it's not fried, I'm not going to eat it.
No, well, you can still do get it crispy as long as you make it right. But if you don't
You're
know
gonna
how to
dry
make
it
it, you
out.
shouldn't even be touching it. Don't disrespect the chicken wing.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't touch
That's
it.
true too.
I mean, yeah.
Don't mess with that if you don't know what you're doing.
Right, but wet wings by far.
Oh yeah, that's how
By
I
far.
do my wings.
Right.
There's a place here in the city called Willie's Wings. He's got his own food truck and stuff.
Yeah.
He's got a barbecue sauce that's like root beer barbecue. phenomenal.
Really?
Phenomenal.
Sounds good.
I mean, you got my attention.
Right? Yeah.
Where's he at?
Can we have a wing?
A wing off?
Yeah.
A
We
wing
need to do
off?
like hot ones and,
Yeah.
and have the wings laid
Oh,
out and
that'd
answer
be-
questions.
oh, that'd be good.
You ever
I don't
watch
know.
Hot Ones?
Yeah, I have. But
Yeah.
too
It's one of my
spicy of a
favorites.
wing. Like, I want to be able to taste it.
Right.
I can't do spicy.
Yeah, I'm a delicate flower.
I
Yeah.
think
As far as
right.
spicy
Yeah,
goes.
delicate.
What kind of flower would you be?
Ooh.
A daisy.
A tulip.
You think a
You don't know.
Yeah.
Daisy.
It looks like a
Probably
daisy.
carnation. from
Daisy
Ohio.
to me.
It's the state
Carnation.
flower of Ohio.
Is
Daisy.
it?
I'm more like a rose.
Yeah. Every rose has its thorns.
Oh.
There it is.
That's your time, too. ain't it?
Whoa.
Oh,
Maybe.
Maybe.
getting a
a
little
good
close to the house.
I like that song.
Right? I know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we appreciate it, y'all. We know you're super busy. Thank you for sharing everything that you guys go through, everything you've been through. But we really enjoy your guys' team. Every time we walk through there, it's always entertaining. But
It's fun.
we're like, yeah, we got to get back to work.
And thank you for the idea for the coffee.
Yeah.
For the guests. It really
Right.
upped the ante for
Yeah.
the
Right.
show.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Really,
That's the if you want lunch break.
Lunch break.
Give me a call if you ever get.
You want to
that.
have
There
a
we
spin
go.
off?
We can have
Do a
some
lunch
wings.
break?
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
lunch break. You get us
Ooh.
some wings from that place.
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, let's see. If you guys can be the top viewed episode, we can do something.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be the top.
Oh,
view.
yeah.
I mean,
But
You
you
guys
gotta-
are going to have to
That's a
share
no-
the
that's a
crap out of this.
no-brainer.
I mean, it is.
Who do we have to beat?
Allie Larison is right now is the top.
Oh, she
viewed.
had a
She's
dog.
got a dog.
She does have
that
a dog.
doesn't count.
yeah, I
I'm
got
with-
Chris.
You do.
That's-
You're
All
already
right.
got starting at the
All right, so,
handicap.
so it's Allie. Got it.
But yeah, so just like, view, share, and see what you guys do.
All right.
All
It
right.
is.
We're rooting
Tricia's
for you.
kind of a big deal. So,
She is a big
I am.
deal. Yeah,
A little
she
bit.
is a big deal.
Right.
So dress is the best. I wish they could see your socks because it matches your shirt to a T.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We're our team does
Yeah.
fun socks.
I don't.
You know.
And it,
I
used
don't
to,
do
it was
Except
really,
for him, he's kind of boring.
I don't do fun
Boring.
No, what about bright colors?
No,
What are you talking?
he does
No.
like black.
Yeah.
That's
Black.
it.
Doesn't Vandermolen
and
does
Mhm.
bright ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was one when I was out west. He said he was interviewing for detective. He's like, I'm gonna wear I think he was wearing like a
Yeah.
pink suit or some kind
He
of.
told
bright
me about
color.
that.
Yep. Yeah.
And you took it from him, and you did the
I
same
did.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta stand out, especially as a big guy. Like you gotta stand out.
Right.
You
Ooh,
can't
yeah.
just be
like,
the.
yeah, your pink shirt last week.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah. Dude, I love
Goodness.
pink, blues, and
Yeah.
browns. I think that's the go-to.
Yeah. Did you see his Hawaiian shirt with the?
Oh
with
yeah,
the
that
cards
too.
all over?
That
Yeah.
too. Right
That is
on.
cool. I need to get one of those.
Yeah. We can go online and order it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to show me what website that was.
I will. All right, we're gonna get a refill and then we'll be right back. Welcome back, man. That was a good interview, man. I love DV Sex Crimes.
They're very
detectives.
fun. They're very fun, and they're not afraid to throw shade at people.
Yeah.
And kid around, and
One
yeah,
thing
you have to be a certain type of person
to work those cases.
to work those cases, but even just to like hang out with them,
You
because
do,
you
yeah.
have to be willing to accept and also return
Yeah, you have to
the,
have some thick skin.
the jokes
Yeah.
and the witty remarks.
It's
So-
almost like the roast of Trevor Macy, the roast of Chad.
right
Every time you,
every time you go in there, it's just like
Yeah.
walking into a room full of hecklers.
And one thing I really enjoy about those that whole crew is that the and this goes for all of our detectives, but one thing I really enjoy about the DV Sex Crimes crew is that the jokes and the passion that they have like that to give it out to officers and stuff for people that they know that come in there is the same passion and love that they give to each one of their cases and stuff.
Mhm.
Like they're super dedicated to
Oh,
everything
yeah.
that they do, which is amazing, and that's what we need in detectives and stuff.
Yeah, they're
and
so busy
investigations.
and they deal with so much. They had to jet out of here right after the interview to go work a case
Yeah.
that they just got. so-
Right. One thing I truly liked, man, it was good to finally be in the presence of other people who just call it Baby Yoda because it's just Baby Yoda.
Dude, I can't believe. I mean, okay, here's the thing though. How many episodes of this podcast have we done?
15.
And you just now found somebody
No.
who agrees with you that Star Wars is dumb? You
It-
guys are outnumbered.
Well, that's
you
it,
guys are
'cause
outnumbered.
All the other people are coming out the woodwork now. They're like, oh, I can't wait to get on. When am I
All
going
the
to get on?
anti-Star Wars people
Yeah.
are like, oh, I feel safe now to talk about my hatred of Star Wars.
That's what it is. Because
Yeah,
they've
that's-
always felt the same way.
I find
but-
your lack of faith disturbing.
It's okay.
That's a Star Wars quote
Is
that
it?
you won't.
I did not get
you
it.
won't
I
get
did
it.
not catch that one, man. I did not. So
Shame, Chad.
yeah, it is a shame. You know what else is a shame?
the fact that people are still having their firearms stolen because they're leaving them in their cars.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Yeah.
Is a car a good substitute for a gun safe, Chad?
It's not. But even if for some reason, I just ran back into the house real quick, or I was just running in for this appointment, we need to do a better job of securing firearms. Or secure the car itself.
Right. Okay, yeah, because it's one thing to leave it in a car locked, but there are so many that are being stolen from cars that are unlocked.
Right.
I never leave my car unlocked.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No.
It's not
I get it. It's just not this. It's not the world that we live in today. You
gotta lock your cars.
You gotta lock your cars.
You gotta keep your guns in a safe place.
You do. And we have the opportunity to be able to give out gun safes and stuff. That's why we ask for comments. That's why we ask for questions and stuff. But we also, in the coming few months, I believe we're going to be having an event with some local ranges here. Yeah. Where we're going to give out or gun safes, not firearms, but gun safes. So
no, we're not giving out guns.
Yeah. So I think we're going to start our trend back up, our little punny trends on reminding people about the National Day and gun safes
Because I don't want to brag or anything, but when we were being annoying on social media about guns being left in cars, guess what happened to the numbers?
Went down.
Yep. And we stopped doing that.
Yeah.
We stopped being annoying, and now people getting their guns stolen.
I know. And it's only going to get worse as even when it gets colder and stuff. People are going to be leaving their cars warming up. We're going to talk about that.
I don't think it's going to get colder anytime soon.
I mean, that's true. I guess I'm dreaming.
You're daydreaming.
Yeah, because you know what it's going to be this week.
It's going to be super hot.
Tyler just told me it was going to be 108 tomorrow. Like those are
what?
Those are three numbers involving temperature that should never go together.
That's my unit number.
108.
Yeah, and there should never be a temperature as high as a unit number. Like.
So speaking of temperatures, not to get off this, but bro, the post that Traffic made referenced their
the
LiDARs.
Speed, yeah,
bro, hilarious.
That was good.
That
hilarious.
Took off. Yeah,
but that's crazy to me that so many people are driving 90 plus, 100 plus miles an hour. I don't even know what road that was on.
Yeah,
I'm assuming Kellogg.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not Oliver.
Oh my gosh, dude.
But yeah, that's just, another thing that bothers me because it happened to me this weekend, and I've gotten calls in my office about it, is people that tailgate. Like if you're close enough to smell the cologne on the back of my neck, you're too close. If you're close enough to be a backseat driver, you're too close. Yeah. And if you're close enough to be able to change my radio station, you're too close. Yeah. So
you can be cited for that too.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
And if you're involved in doing an accident and you hit the person in front of them because they had to slam on their brakes and you hit them,
you're falling too closely. You got to allow enough space for that. You got to be able to stop and avoid that.
Remember when we were going to Patrol East to shoot some video the other day?
Yeah.
And that lady that came up right on our butt?
Yes.
Yeah. We were going 60, and I'm not saying that because of the show that we're on, but we were literally going 60 miles an hour on Kellogg, and she came up.
She was flashing her lights at us. Yeah. And we're in full uniform. Yeah. In an unmarked car, granted, but still.
Yeah, she slowed down once she saw who was in the car.
Yeah, I was like, put your sleeve up in the window, make sure she can see your patch.
Right. But still, it's like
people need to just slow down. Like, allow yourself more time to get where you need to go, so you don't have to be flashing your lights at two cops on Kellogg trying to get to wherever you need to go. That's just.
And this is my firm belief, man. And we're not exempt from trials and tribulations in life. We're human beings as well. Mm-hmm. And we wake up late. We run late to things.
Yeah.
But one other thing I hate when I'm running late is it seems like that's the day when I catch every red light.
Oh yeah.
When every car is going extra slow. But to me, that's a higher power telling me everything's going to be okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because what ends up happening is I get there and I'm like, hey, my bad. I was late. I had this going on.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. So-and-so's late too.
Well, here's the other thing too. If you're late, you're already late.
Right.
Like, does it matter at that point how late you are?
Yeah. Especially if you're like an hour late already.
Right.
Like an hour and 15 isn't going to change that.
Right. Yeah. So just slow down, take your time, get where you need to go.
Get to the destination.
Arrive alive.
Yeah, arrive alive.
And don't get yourself a speeding ticket because nobody likes that.
So back to where I was going because we got on that rant and that was a very productive rant, I feel like. But it's going to be super hot, super hot this week. So just make sure that you're hydrating. Make sure that you're, even if you're in an office and everything and stuff, make sure you're hydrating because you don't want to pass out to this heat. It's something that could be fatal if you're not doing it right. And I know during this time, a lot of people, just including ourselves, are worried about our unhoused population. And HOT does a very good job. The homeless outreach team does a very good job of getting out there, talking to people that are in our unhoused population and passing out water. I talked to Officer Nate the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, I got cases of water in the back of my truck." So,
yeah, if there's somebody that needs resources, they're unhoused or they need help in that area, reach out to our homeless outreach team. You can find information on our website on how to contact them. You can contact Chatterai. Like I said earlier, our emails and phone numbers are on the website. And it's not the HOT team.
Yes, it's HOT.
It's HOT because the T stands for team.
Yes.
That's one of my pet peeves.
Yeah.
So when people do that, I can't think of any other acronyms right now where that's the case.
I know.
There's a lot of them.
One thing I always found funny is because HOT usually works, I think, Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday. So sometimes on the weekends, officers, are out there too in order to help unhoused population. But dispatch will always get on the radio sometimes and be like, "Is there a HOT officer working?" And I would key up like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yep.
I'm not part of HOT, but anyway, I thought that was funny.
I'm sure it was funny the first 100 times dispatch heard that.
It probably was, but maybe they'll quit asking it like that. Is my thought.
Maybe.
So, just a little fun fact. Speaking
of fun facts,
I got the fun fact today, man.
What is your fun fact? Do we have a photo? Because I had a photo last week.
I did provide a photo. Proud of that.
Oh,
that gentleman right there is Chief Floyd Powell. He joined the department in 1968, and in February of 1989, he became the first black chief of the Wichita Police Department.
Wow.
Yeah, he was only a chief for just a short few months, but during that time, tell me if something sounds familiar to you. During that time, he started the Teddy Bear program. He started special community teams where they were created to work with a squad of officers that focused on specific problems in residential neighborhoods.
Like the SCAT team?
Like SCAT or like
CRT?
CRT.
Wow.
Teddy Bear program is still something that goes on today. We have people that deliver teddy bears to different bureaus, and officers will go on DV calls or some kind of child in needed care case and just hand out a teddy bear to make children feel safe. So that change happened back in 1989. Like that's awesome. And to be the
1968.
No, that's when he came on the department. You need to pay attention.
Oh, yeah, I didn't pay attention. My bad.
When he became chief in 1989, he started these things. So and he's like I said, he's our first black chief that we've had on the department. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So there's your WPD fun fact, Chief Powell. There you go.
Chief Powell.
Yeah. See, got the fun fact.
Learn something new every day.
You do. Yeah.
Can't wait to see what I learn next week.
I know, right? We got to get a guest for next week.
Yeah.
So, and I know we get lots of comments, and I get emails and stuff from officers that watch this. I work some part times and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I watched this episode." If you're an officer and you're watching this, email us, message us. Let me know if you want to be on the podcast, because this is a great tool to use for people, for your family to be able to see what you do on the department, what you bring to the department, and for the community to just get to know who you are. So,
yeah.
I think it's awesome. So shoot us an email, man. Shoot us a text. Let us know.
policeweb@wichita.gov.
Yep.
We're awaiting your questions with eager anticipation.
I
cannot wait.
But until then, please like, share, subscribe. If you click the link on Facebook and you got here to YouTube, share your Facebook so that way this can get out, and people get to know everybody on the department. But until then, we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.